Welcome to a special episode of the Frugal Gardener's Garden, Gardening on a Budget. I guess you guys are wondering why I'm starting off showing you a sweet potato growing slips inside a mug. That question will be answered, and you'll be surprised at what I'm going to tell you, why I am doing this. And the second question is more of a curiosity. Do you like sweet potatoes, but you don't like to grow them? Well, both of those questions, as I said, are going to be answered right now. I'm the Frugal Gardener. I garden in Zone 7A in West Virginia in the United States. And from time to time, I do these serious videos. I watch a lot of videos where I get a lot of information from people. And now it's time for me to give you some information. I've been doing quite a bit of research on this. And the reason why I asked you if you like sweet potatoes is because I did the research, like I said, and even though the bulk of the sweet potatoes grown in the United States are in North Carolina, I believe. I think it's over 50%. China grows most of the sweet potatoes worldwide, yes. So, if you've been watching the news, you know where I'm going with this. Last year, we purchased almost $35 million worth of sweet potatoes from China and $8 million from the Dominican Republic. So chances are the price of sweet potatoes are going to go up because of supply and demand. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. Just wanted to throw that figure out here for you. What I want to do right now is show you the three changes that I have made. I've gone through an evolution of sorts in the way that I grow my sweet potatoes. And number one is toothpicks. This is the way I grow sweet potatoes now. I ditched the toothpicks. Do you use toothpicks? If you do, it's fine. I watch a lot of videos, a lot of content creators that do gardening that I respect, that they all use toothpicks. And a couple of years ago, I decided not to. And I'm still getting sweet potato slips, no problem. Now, we're coming up on grilling season, barbecue season. A couple of days, it's going to be May. And every year, I go out and buy these things. I buy these bamboo skewers to barbecue with. And it occurred to me, since we are gardening on a budget, that I almost always have these left over. So all you do is break them up into halves or thirds. And if you still feel like you need to have your sweet potatoes elevated, I don't know what they did to you. Did you want to stick them? But if you want to elevate them, you can. I think what happens is a lot of people, they want to see the roots. They want to see them grown. They want to see them in that jar. And, that's fine. But the question I ask you is it necessary? I'm not here to judge or to make decisions for anybody else, but that's number one. That's the first question I have to ask you. And the second is water. People spend money for mason jars, $4 or $5 a jar, and then they spend money for the toothpicks, and I don't use either. Again, my evolution, I stopped using mason jars. Mason jars didn't cost you now, ever since the pandemic, and the jars went through the roof. If you can find them, they're like anywhere from $3 to $5 a jar, plus the toothpicks. And the toothpicks in a lot of cases now are flimsy. So by using those skewers, you save money on the jars, you save money on the toothpicks because you can use cups, mugs, anything you have left over around your house. But here's another suggestion. Excuse me. I use these solo cups. Now I know what you're thinking. Every time I do one of these videos where I use these cups, people say to me, well, are they safe? Are they dangerous? They're going to decompose. Yes, they will decompose in about 450 years. Whenever I give you guys information like this, I always suggest that you check me out. Google it. Don't take my word for anything that I'm telling you here. It's all right there on the internet. It takes, I'll be, my great-great-grandchildren will be around before these cups fully decompose. So the other part of that, excuse me, is the watering. Basically, almost every video I've watched says change the water every 2 or 3 days. Change the water every 2 or 3 days. I'll get to the reason why in a minute. Here's how often I change my water. Let me get a close up on you here. Zero. I don't change my water. And the reason why they tell you to change your water is because of algae. So, again, my situation is different because I have evolved and more research again. There are contaminants in the water that you probably don't want in your plants. So, according to the FDA, the EPA, they're between 1,644 to 2,300 tons of hazardous waste in the form of pharmaceuticals that are flushed down the drain every year. So these are the top 10 chemicals that are listed that are in your water. I'm not going to go through all of them, but lead, chlorine, I knew I was going to have a problem with this freaking wind, pharmaceuticals, pesticides. Basically, the lead is not added. The lead is from the pipes that, if you have old pipes or if the sewer system where you live in your municipality is old, then you're going to get that lead that's going to be picked up in there. Pharmaceuticals, pesticides, mercury, all this stuff is possibly in the water that you are feeding to these sweet potato slips every 2 to 3 days. So, moving on. Number 3, and the most important, the one I've been waiting to get to you guys on is, excuse me, is the actual container. The container that you use, container, jar, whatever it is, the jar of choice is generally mason jars. So here's the deal. I have been growing hydroponics for years. As a matter of fact, this past winter, I did a whole series on hydroponic growing. And the main thing I tell you guys all the time is you have to use containers that don't let in a lot of light. And there's the problem. There's the rub. There's the issue. When you use a mason jar or a glass jar that, like I said, it looks pretty, but the reality is you're letting all that light in. And algae thrives on light. So when you use those containers, those see-through jars, that's the reason why you have to change the water so often. And the reason why I don't change the water is just like you don't change the water when you water your plants in ground. I mean, that's foolish. You can't because it's in dirt. So what happens is the light does not get through here, and you just add more water. Every couple of days, I just add more water. That's it. Because I don't have to. Work smarter, not harder. So again, if you choose to use toothpicks, hey, that's fine. If you want to use spigot water, municipal water, that's fine. I don't have municipal water, so it's an issue I don't have to deal with. I use rainwater. That's what I use on the homestead here, and it's purified. I have a state-of-the-art purification system for all the water that runs into my home. But even if you don't have that, you can put something out like a rain catchment system so that you can get that water without all those chemicals. And here's the result. Now, these slips are going wild. I should have pulled a couple of these off a couple of days ago, but I waited until I made this video. And the reason why I waited so long is because, well, I'm trying to get my spring planting done, but the other reason is because it's been raining a lot. So this is a classic example of how I now grow my sweet potato slips. This is my evolution. Very little light gets in there, so the water evaporates. You can see I took this one out. It's drying up a little bit because I've had it sitting out for a while. Look at the crazy amount of slips that I've gotten. This has been about a month. So I have 4 of these, and they grow at various rates. This one clearly is not as progressing as much as the other ones, but man, how easier can it get if you don't have to go out and buy mason jars and you don't have to change the water? Then you're off to the races. I went to a website out of curiosity that sold sweet potato slips, and they wanted $25. Give me a break. Not happening. So you still have time. It's only April. You have time to grow your own slips and save yourself some money. Grow yourself some sweet potatoes that don't have a lot of chemicals in it. So now to my, the last thing I want to tell you guys is I'm going to do one more of these videos, and then it's all going to be just straight up gardening because there's a lot of exciting stuff that's going on this homestead, and I'm not going to have time to do a lot of these informative videos because I'm going to be doing a lot of planting and growing videos. But if you like to grow or eat summer squash, winter squash, cantaloupe, zucchini, watermelon, and certain types of cucumbers, you don't want to miss the next video. I'm telling you, I have some important information to give you guys, and I'm going to try to get that video done in the next couple of days so I can put it up to up for you guys to see. But it is probably even more important than this video. As a matter of fact, it is. So that's where we are right now, gang. Hopefully, you guys will get something out of this. It's up to you individually. I'm not saying that the other method is wrong. I'm basically saying that this works for me, and I'm saying that it's less money, it's less work, and it's well, here's the results right here. You can see it for yourself. So I'm the Frugal Gardener. If you got anything out of this video, please hit the subscribe button. There's a lot more going on. I'm here 365 days a year. Yes, I garden in the winter. And like I always tell you, when you grow your own food, you'll always know where it comes from. I'll catch you guys in a few days on the next video. Have a good one.